to 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24 to 26. We'll talk to you about running with purpose. I've got 32 minutes before noon, so I've got about 45 minutes. Y'all be all right?
Yes.
I'm just letting you know.
Amen.
So we have 45 minutes, and I'll try not to bore you too bad in 45 minutes, but I'll give you a heads up if that's too long for you. I'm sorry. That's just about average. So just let me know. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24 through 26, I believe is what I said. We're talking about running with purpose. Hang on just a second before you turn up everything. Thank you. Because they'll be reading, we'll listen to what I'm saying. Take it off. Thank you. All right. How many of us, it's okay to run, but if you don't know what direction you're running, you're just running. You're just making yourself tired. You're not really doing anything. You're getting some cardiovascular things going on, but you're not really getting any benefit out of it. You're not really going anywhere. And so we have to run with a purpose and where we're going and what we're doing. I know that as pastor of this church that I'm very, how can I say this? I'm very gracious to a fault almost. And I almost allow just too many things to go too many different directions, because I feel like if the ministry that God's given you and you're in charge of it, that you'll take care of it and you're supposed to do what you're supposed to do. Like for me, I'll just give you an example. I used the example today in the board meeting. It was this. And when I'm in charge of something, I don't leave until the carpet's vacuumed and the trash is taken out. Then I'm done. And so that's just the way I'm wired. That's just the way it is for me. And so I just let things go and let things go and let things go until I can't. But we have to run with a purpose. Amen? Where are we headed? Where are we going? Are we just running? Are we a hamster on a wheel? Are we just trying to get somewhere? We're exuding all this energy and we're trying to get rid of all the, we're just burning up all these calories, but we're not really going anywhere. We're not really accomplishing what God's called us to accomplish. We look like we're doing something. We're busy. How many have ever worked in a factory with people? And there's some that work and there's some that look like they're busy, but they're not really doing anything. Can somebody say amen? Amen. How many have ever been at a job besides, not maybe just a factory, but another job, that you feel like, dude, if you don't get to work, I'm going to kill you? Amen? Okay. And so, I'm just letting you know that sometimes we get busy running, but we're not really going anywhere. We're sweeping up, we're doing some things, but we're not really accomplishing the goal. And that's the devil's plan, is to get us so busy that we're not really going anywhere. Well, you might as well just say amen, because I'm going to preach it anyway. So we're not really headed in any direction. We're just kind of going somewhere, but we don't really know where. We're kind of in the wilderness. We're taking a week and a half journey. It's taking us 40 years, and we're trying to get somewhere. And so I just want to share with you this morning. Go ahead and throw my verse up there if you would, please. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, 24 through 27, I think it is. Know ye not that they which run the race run all, but one receiveth the prize. Don't you know that everybody runs? But there's only one that receives the prize. So run that you may obtain. 25. And every man that striveth for the mystery of the temperate in all things, now they do obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. I didn't read that very well, what you got? I therefore so run, not as uncertainty, so I fight not as one that beateth the air. But I keep under my body and bring into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I find myself should be cast away. Let's pray. Father, I thank you for another opportunity to be in this house. I thank you for another chance to preach your gospel and open up the Word of God. I ask that you open up our hearts, our spirits, and our minds today, God, that we'll be able to receive your Word. Father, help me to preach it right. Help me to be right. Help me to do right. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. And everybody said, amen. So I'm going to read it out of NLT, which is the New Living Translation. Don't you realize that in a race, everyone runs, but only one person gets the prize? Can I share with you that there's 918,000 billion churches? Okay? I don't know how many churches there are. I didn't look it up. Okay? There's a bunch of churches. There's a bunch of people gathering today to gather. I've been in the Pentecostal movement for all of my life. And there's churches meeting today that have 5 or 6 people in them. There's people gathering today that have 5 or 6,000 in them. And they all have the same common goal. They should have. To make heaven their home and to take as many people as they can with them. That should be the common goal. The common goal is not how great can I be? How wonderful am I? The common goal should not be, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me. The common goal should be, hey, look at him, look at Jesus, find him. That's the common goal. And I know this for a fact that in some of the small churches, I didn't say all of them, but some of the small churches, they have that us against the world mentality that, hey, we're the only one preaching the right gospel, and if everybody preached the right gospel, we never in their church. That's a lie of the devil. That just makes you feel good. And some of the big churches around, they think, and I'm not saying all of them, said some of them, preach, if everybody knew what we did, then the kingdom of God would be preached around the world. And that's probably true in both cases. There's probably some truth in it in both cases. But can I share with you this morning that we as a church body have got to run with purpose and run for a reason. And know why we're running for a reason? Instead of just running. If you don't follow the course on the track, I guarantee you can't run the opposite way everybody else is on the track and win. You can't turn and run the other way and say, I won because I crossed the line first. No, you cheated and went the wrong way. You can't run the marathon and then go down an alleyway and cut off about 8 miles of it and come back and say, look at me, I won. You can't do it that way. You have to run the course that's presented before you. You have to run with all your might in the right way, in the limits that you're given. So hear me just a second. It says, don't you realize that in the race, everyone runs, but only one person gets the prize. So run to win. Okay. I may not be in the right church this morning, but I'm going to run to win. I got to turn this off. As soon as I don't turn this off, Janet will call me. Because she's a punk. Okay, here we go. Just to see if my phone's on. She'll call. Okay, here we go. It sounds like I'm speaking from experience. I am. Amen. But only one person gets the prize. So run to win. Are y'all with me this morning? Yes. Run to win. Why do we come to church? I'm going to ask you just don't answer me in your own mind. Why are you here this morning? Are you here this morning because you felt like you just needed to come to church this morning? Are you here because you wanted to see your girlfriend? Are you here this morning because you want to see your boyfriend? Are you here this morning because your wife made you come? Are you here this morning because your husband would leave you alone until you got up and got dressed? Are you here this morning because you want your kids to know about Jesus? Whatever reason that you're here, why are you here? Are you here to be a loser or a winner? I'm here to win. I want to win. No matter what I do, I want to win. I'm not a very good loser. I can fake it. But I'm not a good loser. I'm a sore loser. Because why? Because losing is not, listen, I grew up in a generation where everybody didn't get a trophy. Okay? I know it's different now, hallelujah, praise God. I'm not going to get on that soapbox. I remember in the Olympics, at the high school Olympics, or the little Olympics, not high school, the little Olympics we had at the high school, we get the green Kiwanis participation ribbon. Anybody remember those? I never did take them home. Why? Because I was embarrassed because I wasn't showing nobody I got a green participation ribbon. Woo! Hey, you ran? Yeah, I ran. I got beat, but hey, I ran. And so I didn't do that. Okay? And so we'd always lose them on the way home. Okay? And so we lost them. And so I'm not a poor sport. I'll shake your hand, hug your neck. Hey, good job, you guys beat us, whatever. But but I don't like to lose. Losing and me do not agree. I would choose to win at everything that I ever do. I would choose to win at everything that God allows me to do. I want to win at. I want to win. He said, well, Brother Jeff, what does that mean to win? This is what it means. Not only to have a church full of people, but have a church full of people going in one direction with one purpose and one mindset. That's what winning is to me. Not just a bunch of people sitting around arguing with each other about something stupid, but it's somebody that has a vision and a goal and has something that they have to offer, somebody who's dying, damned, and outside of this house and don't know anything about Jesus. If you have that, then I'm winning. But if I don't have it, if I've not placed that inside of you, if I've not in the last 4 year plus got that inside of you, then I'm not winning. I might be the best three-point shooter on an 0-30 team. I've got a great percentage, but I'm still a loser. Not winning. So are we teaching people to be great three-point shooters, or are we teaching people to be a great team? Because listen, I want you to be a team that wins. I don't care if I score any three-point shots. I want to be a team that wins. If you have to be the three-point shooter, then bless God, let you be the three-point shooter. But I don't want you to, listen, I'm not going to hinder you from shooting three-pointers so I can have the glory of shooting the three while we're losing every game. Right. I was watching with my son a little thing about on the NBA Network. And they had Isaiah Thomas and I don't know who else they had. Isaiah, they had Reggie Miller and Shaq and some guys sitting around talking about the basketball in the 80s. Okay? When I fell in love with basketball. A little point guard who was 5'7", 5'8", named Winford Case made me fall in love with basketball. He was my summer league coach. Played at Oklahoma State. He coached at Wilburton. He coaches now in Kansas somewhere. Just a great guy, and he taught me to love basketball. Just fell in love with it in the early 80s. Why? Because he made it fun. It wasn't just running. It wasn't just doing drills. It wasn't just shooting. It made it a game, and it was fun. And he was our summer league coach, and our summer league team went to Henrietta and got dunked on by Troy Aikman like 4 times. And it was a big old country punk. But anyway. And this is the truth, okay? This is no lie, truth. The biggest crybaby I ever played against was Troy Aikman. He cried the whole game. And it was a summer league game. So I just let you know. Okay, just so you know. And hey, you can ask anybody that's on that team. Because we didn't know who Troy Aikman was, but he's the biggest crybaby we ever played against. They're fouling me. Shut up. Okay, anyway, here we go. Thought he played for New Life or something. Okay, anyway, here we go. I love y'all. Okay, here we go. That's my family, so they can see. There we go. So here we go. So here we go. But he was the biggest crybaby ever. But listen, Winford Case made me fall in love with basketball. He made me love the game of basketball and the inside game of basketball. Not the inside where I'm playing inside, but the game inside the game. He used to trash talk Anthony Bowie so bad. He made Anthony Bowie so mad that Anthony Bowie couldn't even know who knows that is. But Anthony Bowie played for the Sooners and played in the pros for a while. How about Gerald Patio? I remember him. He played for Seminole State and played in the NBA for a while. And so he used to make people so they're just getting them, you know. And I know that nobody else ever did that. Yeah. Nobody else ever talked any noise during playing basketball. But anyway, doesn't matter. But here's the deal. We had a goal, and we had somewhere we were going, amen? We had something that we were doing, and we had a goal and a common goal that was to run this race and to finish it and to win. And if we didn't win, we would find out why we didn't win and correct that and try to win the next time. How many know in sports, sometimes somebody's just better than you? Right. Amen? Adam has a young man that he went to school with, he's gone to school with all his life, played Little League Baseball with. And they played Jones 2 weeks ago. And Jones has this big, tall receivers, 2 receivers that are just giants. I mean, they're like 6'5", okay? And they're in high school. They're sophomores in high school. And they're 6'5". And so then I had Jordan Rodriguez was trying to defend, and Jordan's like 5'7". Remember? Yeah. Jordan's like 5'7". Jordan played, he was in perfect position. There's nothing else he could do, and they would just throw it over the top of him. Why? Because he was shorter and the guy was just better. Because he's just taller. Right. And so it wasn't anything Jordan played, he was in the right position, he was doing the right thing, he was covering him, but the ball would just go that much over his head, and over his hands, and go to the other receiver. And you can see the frustration in Jordan's actions, because he's where he's supposed to be, doing what he's supposed to be doing, being in the right position, but sometimes they're just taller than you, and sometimes they're just faster than you. But can I share with you this? We are on a team that Jesus is taller, Jesus is faster, and Jesus is bigger. And so why are we not exploiting those things which we have the advantage of? Why do we continue to throw it to the running back when the wide receiver is 4 inches taller than the defender and start doing what we're supposed to do? Sorry to use all the sports analogies. That's just how it is. Okay? So hear me just a minute. So don't you realize that in a race everyone runs, but only one person gets the prize? So run to win. Run to win. So run that you may obtain. Obtain what? To win. Run to win. Have a purpose. Your purpose is not to just barely make it, hey, maybe we could get a tie. This isn't soccer. We're not looking for a tie. Okay, so what we're looking for is we're looking for a victory. I know I've been all soccer fans, my head's hard. Okay, we're looking for a victory. We're looking to destroy somebody to not hurt them, but to hurt their feelings by beating them so bad.
Come on. Come on.
Okay, all you people that just want to barely win by 1 point, hallelujah. I'm looking to hang half 100 on somebody. I'm trying to score 100 points in the first half, Billy Dubs. I'm trying to score as much as I can possibly score because I'm looking for somebody that's going to run with purpose. Somebody that's going to look to win. Look for somebody that's trying to win against the devil, not just barely let's just make the devil leave us alone a little bit. No, I want the devil to be in. I want him to understand his place. His place is to lose. His place is to lose. It's not to win. And any battle that he confronts me with, it's not. Listen, I don't want to win more battles than I lose. I don't want him to ever win. Does that make sense to anybody? I don't want him to ever get a handhold, and get a foothold upon me. I don't want him to ever have a chance to win. I want to destroy him, defeat him in every situation that we can do. I want him dead, gone, and finished. I want him to think twice about ever coming against this church or this pastor or my family again. I don't want him to ever think he has a chance to win. Verse 25. All athletes are disciplined in their training. Okay, let's go this. I'll read King James first so you don't leave. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. I'm going to read it out of this. All athletes are disciplined in their training. They do it to win a prize that will fade away. But we do it for an eternal prize. I don't want to win just so I can say we won. I want to win so you have an eternal prize. I don't want you to face those giants and beat those giants and say, look at me, I'm a giant killer. But lose your life and lose your soul. I want you to win with a victory in your spirit, a victory in your shout. I want you to have a victory in your life. I want you to live a life that's victorious and not just barely making it by. Listen, I don't know whoever passed off that doctrine of devils that said you just need to barely make it by. That's a lie of the devil. You need to be victorious in your life. You need to be victorious in your family. You need to be victorious in your marriage. You need to be victorious in all the things that you do because you are a victor. And not a victim. Quit acting like you're a loser, just hoping to win. Your whole mentality has to change. I don't expect to lose, I expect to win. And when I lose, that's surprising to me. And not when I win, as I go, wow, I won. Woo! Yahtzee. Oh, I'm sorry, I had dice in it. We weren't supposed to play Yahtzee. I can't say Monopoly. I can't say anything. Clue! Okay, so, all right, so. Has dice in it too? Oh. I was just a heathen from hell, I guess, so we had dice and stuff. And some of y'all know what I'm talking about. It's because y'all didn't grow up in the Pentecostal church back in the day when you couldn't do anything but eat and talk about people. Okay? Everything else was a sin. Okay. All athletes are disciplined in their training, and they do it to win a prize or fade away. We do it for eternal prize. Verse 26. I'll read King James first. I therefore so run, not as uncertain. So fight I, not as one that beateth the air. Let's read this. So I run with a purpose in every step. My goodness. If the church would ever get hold of that. To run with a purpose. And not just, well, we're running. Where are you going? I don't know. Then we get all spiritual. God will show me where I need to go. Just like he did Abraham. Listen, God was talking to Abraham. You ain't talked to God in a month. And you would think that God's going to try to, ooh, I'll get back up here. Okay, so, I felt a little uneasy down there. Okay. I ain't talked to God in a month and expect, oh, God, just lead me. God's just guiding me. God's directing me. Really? Spend very little time in prayer, spend very little time in fasting, spend very little time in Bible study, but God's directing. You don't even know what the Word of God says about where you're going and what you're doing because it's been so long since you've been in it, you don't remember. Okay, I'll preach on. I'll get off that. So I run with purpose in every step. We've got to have a purpose for what we're doing. This church has to have a purpose. We must have a purpose. Our purpose is what? To win the lost, no matter what it costs. No matter who they are, no matter their social, economic, or their status, whoever they are. Doesn't matter who they are, what they smell like, what color they are, what side of the tracks they came on. Listen, it doesn't matter to me what you are, who you are, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care what you call yourself, who you are. God has a plan for you. God has a way in your life. God wants to touch your life. God wants to bless you. God wants to save you. God wants to deliver you. God wants to set you free and heal you. I don't care if you're gay or a homosexual or a lesbian, what you are. God wants to set you free today. I don't care if you're a gossiper and a talebearer. God wants to set you free. I don't care who you are or what you are.
Come on.
Okay. Don't matter to me. Because God said, come as you are.
Amen.
But it doesn't say it just like that. It doesn't say rapture either. But I'm going.
Amen.
Ooh, got quiet. Ooh, got quiet. Listen, back in the day, I wish for every lady had earrings on, we'd have preached a message on them because they had them earballs in. You better not have any lipstick on. Jezebel. Anybody got red on? Oh, dear God. Y'all think I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. Huh? Oh, yeah. Oh, you better not have your hair cut either. Oh, Denise, I'm sorry, honey. Oh, you'd have been going to hell. So you'd been going to hell because you got long hair. Beard. Oh, he's doubly cursed. And he's married to Candy. She's a Turner, so that's triply cursed. We need deliverance. Okay, so, but I'm just telling you how it was. That's how it was. But hear me. Hear me just a second, please. I'll get you out of here in a few minutes. Understand this. We've got to run with a purpose, and we've got to run with somebody. We've got to run towards something, and something that we can achieve. We've got to run with a purpose in every step. I am not just shadowboxing. Verse 27. I discipline my body like an athlete. I'll read that in a second. I discipline my body like an athlete, training it to do what it should. Otherwise, I fear that after preaching to others, I myself might be disqualified. But I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be cast away. I've got to discipline myself. Do you have a prayer time that you have? Listen, I didn't say get all religious on it and put your egg timer for 15 minutes and make sure you pray the same prayer 15 minutes long, read the same verses in Psalms so you can say you read 4 chapters. I'm not saying that. But do you have a time that you get alone with God? Do you have a time when you spend with God? Do you have a time that you work out your spirit? Many of you have times when you walk on the treadmill, or you walk or ride bikes, or something like that, and you have a regimen where you exercise and do those things, and you keep your body healthy because you don't want to have heart problems, you don't want to have a joint problem, things like that, and so you keep yourself active. But do you have a time when you spend with God to keep your spirit active, keep your spirit in shape? Do you have a time when you spend with God that you can say, listen, I don't want to do all these things and train my body to do this, but be cast aside because I'm not qualified. I'm not taking care of what I need to take care of. And so do you have that in your body? Do you have that in your spirit? A time that you can run with purpose. Go to with me Galatians chapter 5, verse 7. Galatians 5 and 7. Ready? You did run well. Who did hinder you that you should not obey the truth? Many of you started off really well, and you really tried to do your very best, and you're doing the best that you can, and you're really running hard, and you're facing your demons, and you're doing everything that comes against you, and then you're facing all those problems, and all of a sudden, you get off track somehow, and you begin to just kind of lollygag around instead of running. All of a sudden, you become disinterested in the things of God and more interested in the track itself.
Yeah.
You get out of your lane. You get off of your course. You get distracted by the other runners. Do you see how far ahead the leader is? And you think, there's no way I can ever beat them. So I'm just going to kind of ease up on running. There, you get ahead, you look ahead and you see how many people are in front of you and how far back you seem to be in the pack. And you just kind of give up and you say, well, I'll just do the very best I can instead of gaining and trying to win. 2 weeks ago, Michigan had Michigan State beat, right?
Yeah.
But they lost. Michigan State, on the last play of the game, the punter fumbled the ball for Michigan, and Michigan State ran it in for a touchdown, the last play of the game. Had they not rushed as hard as they could rush and try to block a kick, and the kicker not dropped the ball, they would have lost that game. But they played to the last play to win. Now, I'm not a Michigan fan or Michigan State. They can go 0-13 or 0-14. I don't care. They haven't won a football game. They care less. But the point is this. They played as hard as they could play, even to the final play.
Right.
So that was last 2 weeks, last Saturday. But they played and they won a game they had no business winning. There's no reason that Michigan should have lost that game other than the punter fumbled the football and tried to pick it up, and the ball shot up and went to the guy's hands, and he ran in for a touchdown as the clock expired. Hear me. Just because it seems like you'll never obtain what it is that you think that you're going to obtain, just because it looks like there's so many people in front of you, you'll never get there. If as long as you strive to win, you always have something to run for. But when you get comfortable, when you start settling for that green participation ribbon instead of striving for that blue ribbon, when you get comfortable of just barely making it by, when you get comfortable, that's when you begin to just get through the pack. Can I share with you? If you're in the pack, you're not winning, you're not losing, but you're just kind of there. Revelation 3:16 says, I'd rather you be hot or cold, because if you're lukewarm, I'll spew you out of my mouth. So you're not really hot, you're not really cold, you're just kind of there. You're just kind of hanging out in the crowd. You're just a pack. You're a also ran. You're not leading, and you're not having somebody to lead you. You're just kind of in the pack. Strive to be the leader. Strive to win. Church, I don't want to be a church just in the pack of churches. I don't want to be a church that's just simply in the field. I don't want to be a church that's just simply somebody who also ran. I don't want to be a church that's just somebody that just, we got a little group together and did a nice few things, and we had a carnival, and we gave out food, and we blessed some people with some money, and we helped out a little bit. That's not the vision that God has given me. The vision that God has given me is to win. How is that? We win by changing the lives of people over and over and over and over again, and not just simply our families, but other people's families. That's how we win. But we get so comfortable doing as little as possible. I'm still putting forth effort because I'm still running, but just not as fast as I can. I'm not losing, so I'm not really dragging the back, but I'm not putting forth the effort it takes to overtake the leader. I'm not putting forth the effort that it takes to win. I want to share with you, everybody thinks that Christianity is just this thing when you come to church. No. In the words of my English teacher in high school, Laura Rose, a shot. Okay? And the reason I know that is because I write stuff, she said, I said, anyway, that's just tease. But anyway, hear me. It is nonsense to run a race not to win it. It is nonsense to be a church and try not to be the best one we can be. It is nonsense to be a pastor and not try to be the best pastor ever. To be a worship leader, not try to be the best worship leader ever. To be an usher, not try to be the best usher that's ever ushered in the history of usher. True. To be a door greeter and not shake everybody's hand that comes through that door and tell them how glad they are now to be nice. I ought to be the best door greeter. I don't care what my job is. I ought to be the best at it or strive to be the best at it. How do I do that? Where are you at today? Where do you want to go? Where you need to go, take the steps right now to where you need to go. What does that mean? If I want to be at level B, I need to start at level A, learning how to be at level B. And when I get at level B, I need to know what it takes to get to level C and start doing those steps. Because I want to be the best. I want to win. I don't want to just, they ran also. I want to be the best at everything we do. No matter what it is. People always say this, well, I did the best I can. Well, do the best you can, do the best what he can. What's his best? Well, I did the best I could. Not really. You did the best you could with the effort you put forth. But not really. Amen? Amen. Got quiet up in there. Hebrews 12:1, I'll leave you alone. Hebrews 12:1. Wherefore sing, we also are compassed about a great cloud of witness. Let us lay aside every weight and sin that doth easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us. Hear me. And I'm closing that, which means nothing, but I'm trying. Okay? Wherefore sing, we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses. Let us lay aside every weight and the sin which does so easily beset us. Some of us can't reach the front because we're so weighted down with sin and weights. Listen, not everything's a sin, but some things are weights. Some people are weights. I mean, it's hard to carry somebody on your back when you're trying to win a race. Okay, I'll leave that alone. But let us lay aside every weight and the sin which does so easily beset us. Why can't I get ahead in my life? Maybe you have a weight or a sin that you need to lay aside. Why can't I run as fast as the leader? Maybe you need to set some things aside. Why are they leading and how come I'm not? What's so special about them? Maybe they've just simply laid some weights aside. Maybe some sin they've gotten out of their life. Maybe they've just gotten rid of some things that keep them from running as fast as they can. Maybe they've trained a little harder. They've taken some of the football time out of the TV and they've taken and did a little Bible study, maybe reading.
Right. Amen.
Okay. Maybe they have some prayer time. Maybe something in their life has changed. Maybe they fasted a meal. Maybe 2. Let's get crazy. Maybe they did 3 in a week. Yeah. Laying aside things that so easily beset us. In verse, go back to my 1 Corinthians chapter 9, please. 1 Corinthians chapter 9. Know ye not that they which run in the race run all. You may not even want to be in the race, but when you were born, you got in the race. Everybody's running. Maybe you're not in shape to run. Listen, I don't want to run right now for a look. Hey, full court basketball is 3-point line to 3-point line. That's it. That's full court for me. As long as I cross over half court, I ran. Right, Rocky? As long as we cross over half court, we're there, right? Okay? I don't want to run right now because I'm not in shape to run. I found it out playing basketball at men's retreat. That's half court. We walked out there limping. Here's the truth. Here's the truth. You're going to have to run. And you might as well win if you want to run. Don't settle for mediocrity and losing. Don't settle for that in your life. Don't settle for that. And listen, if you don't know how to handle money, find somebody that knows how to handle it for you and teach you how to do it. If you don't know how to handle something else, if you don't know how to handle something else, I just use money because everybody relates. If you can't handle something else in your life, find somebody else that knows how to do it and learn from them. Take a class. Spend some time. Listen, if you want to invest in you, why would I invest in you? If you don't think enough of yourself to invest in your own self, why would anybody else invest in you? Ooh, got caught up in the end. I invest in myself. I take classes, man. I learn all the time. I'm investing in myself. I think I'm worth it. I'm going to invest in myself. That's not being cocky. That's not being conceited. That's just, I know who God's called me to be, and I don't know everything. I'm trying to learn from somebody that's been down the road. I'm trying to learn from somebody that's been down that road. And they understand that, hey, if you do this, this is what's going to happen. You might not want to do this. You might want to go this way. Right. And so I'm trying to learn from people who have gone before me. I'm trying to understand, why do people do that? And somebody will say, this is what I've learned. This is what I know. And then I glean from those people and leave what I don't want. You don't have to take everything everybody says and take every bit of it, just eat every bit of it. Listen, when I go to a restaurant and they put something on my, listen, I like fajitas, I like steak fajitas. But I'm not eating the lettuce and the tomatoes and all that junk just on the plate. I want steak, cheese, beans and rice and salt. Pep, boom, bang, I'm good. Okay? That's what I want. I don't want the guacamole. I'll give that to Naomi. I'm not eating that junk. Okay? Now, I'm sorry for all the avocado producers here. I didn't mean to offend you. But hear me. So why is it if somebody gives us a plate of something spiritually, we think we got to eat all of it? I'm not eating all of it because I don't want it. I'll leave what I don't need and I'll take what I want. It's the same concept, guys. It's the same concept. Hear me. I got to hurry. Hear me. Hear me. Last thing I'm going to say. If we're to truly be the church that God's called and God's placed in this town to win this city and to win this state and be a changer, we got to run to win. We have to run with purpose. Please let me share with you the purpose, and please run with that purpose. You can't run your own direction and be part of our purpose. You can't run anywhere you want to and be on our same course, and this doesn't work that way. You can't run your own marathon from running to Boston and say that you won. I won the New York Marathon. Yeah, it's not until next week. We're running to Boston today. Nobody else ran with me. I know. That's why you won. But if we're running the race, let's run it together. Stand to your feet.